As of this video, you can now support Polymatter on Patreon. I'll tell you more at the end of this video, but for now, let's get to it. Black Mirror is a TV show that's completely terrifying and also impossible to stop watching. But it's hard to describe why it's so good because it's hard to define what it even is. Each episode is so independent, there aren't many common characteristics. Except one. Many people see the show as a critique of technology. And if that's the case, it might be fun to watch, but it isn't all that profound or new. Here's an article making this very point. Quote, Black Mirror's messages are usually pretty simple. Cell phones, bad. Reality shows, bad. Social media, really bad. Oh sure, the setup and execution of those ideas is impressive, but the show's primary crutch is too often that it uses thought-provoking and fascinating foundations in order to reach the simplest, most alarmist possible conclusions about a variety of technological innovations. I've also heard people describe the writing as far too unrealistic. It's hard to imagine some of these worlds ever coming true. But both of these complaints miss the point. Black Mirror isn't actually about technology or the future, but it's not just that I enjoy the show, I also think it's more meaningful than many give it credit for. So what makes it so good, and what is it really about? The enemy always looks like technology because it's always present for those signature jaw-dropping Black Mirror moments, but its purpose is only to emphasize the characters and their actions. In White Christmas, Joe discovers Beth is pregnant, the two get in a fight, and Beth uses her digital eyepiece to permanently block him in real life. After years of desperation, Joe catches the first glance of his daughter, and it all becomes clear. Beth used this feature to hide her infidelity. It isn't his child. Horrifying as this technology is, it's only a vehicle for the thoughts and desires of the characters themselves. It isn't responsible for her infidelity or willingness to hide it for all those years. This is a theme throughout the series. The people in White Bear want revenge. Technology is just along for the ride. And Nosedive and 15 Million Merits have technology that ruins lives, but it only works because of people's willingness to comply. Black Mirror uses technology as a writing device, a tool to expose who we are in a way that seems new, but it isn't really the focus. Each story is really about problems we already have, in a world without the episode's technology. And if you have any doubt about this, here's the creator of the show himself.
The villain is never technology, and
it's a show about people, and how the traits we all have can go very wrong, especially when we're enabled by the world around us, which I think explains why some episodes are much better than others. Here's a poll of 20,000 people's favorite episodes. The higher rated episodes have well-developed, relatable characters, but less focus on sophisticated technology. And the futuristic worlds with more bland characters rank lower. I agree most episodes aren't realistic, but I consider it a feature, not a bug. A good dystopia is a warning, not a prediction. 1984 and Brave New World are overstated, and that's what makes them interesting. The point isn't to be accurate, but to take very real and important ideas and make them entertaining enough that we'll actually pay attention. And to test all of this, we can compare two episodes. Structurally, White Bear and Shut Up and Dance are very similar. We're put in the shoes of a character who we can relate to. They, like us, are confused and worried. And as they're put in increasingly crazy situations, we realize who our characters really are. We're horrified, but we're supposed to be even more horrified by everyone else. The excessive retribution and the off-putting joy it gives them. They end by showing the scale of the injustice, how Victoria must endure her torture every day, and how many people are being played like Kenny. So the stories are similar, but Shut Up and Dance is ranked considerably higher. Why is that? I think it supports the theory. Shut Up and Dance has better characters, and that's what the show is really about. Because the intended message is only communicated if we feel bad for our character, which makes us hate their antagonist. We empathize with Victoria and White Bear because we're just as confused as she is. But Shut Up and Dance has a longer exposition. We really get to know Kenny before the adventure begins. We learn who he is and how he lives. So we're more empathetic when he's in trouble, and more distressed when he's exposed. But none of this wastes any time. Those early scenes eventually come back to haunt us with new meaning. It also has more big reveals. It just keeps hitting us on the head. When they open the cake and we realize the seriousness of the situation. Then when we meet the real Kenny. And after all that, when their secrets are still revealed in one final, devastating screw you. Which some people dislike. The troll face can come across as a bit absurd. I actually think it's important for developing that character. It's silly and childish, but it gives us a sense of the person behind it. Some young, reckless person who does this for the thrill, completely unrestrained by the law or any sense of human empathy. Black Mirror is good because it's incredibly entertaining to watch a character be built up and then come crashing down in an instant. And also because those characters are us. Behind every disaster is a perfectly familiar human characteristic that you have too, just waiting for the wrong situation to become your downfall. Hi there. Making these videos is a lot of fun, but what's not fun is relying on an algorithm I can't understand to make money. So I'm starting a Patreon. Ideally, my real customer here is you. I can make what you, not the algorithm, wants. And the economics are great. The marginal cost can be very small for you, but together very big for me. So any amount of support will give you early access to videos, a Discord discussion following each video, and wallpapers for your devices. A bit more will give you access to behind the scenes for each video, so you can learn how I make these videos and how you can make your own. And at least for now, I'll make you a custom graphic of your choosing, a profile icon, banner, logo, or something else. There's absolutely no obligation, and all of my main videos will remain free on this channel. Thank you so much, and for those of you who go support the channel, I'll see you in the Discord.